Okay, boys, you ready? Center me for the camera. You got me on camera now? Is my face centered? You want me to move a little further back? All right. Okay. How's that, boys? Good? Okay, we're going to start. Okay, blow it on in. How's it going, everybody? You know what I was thinking about today? This is just one animal. Just an animal. Okay. I was thinking about all the hair I lost, Alice in Wonderland, and the rabbit hole. And then I said, oh my God, listen to this one thing. Rabbit, hare. Rabbit, hare. Does anybody really know what I'm saying? I'm saying the same word once and repeating it, and then I'm saying something about both of the same animals. Because a rabbit and a hare are really like both rabbits. And rabbit hare is rabbit hare from both of them. You know what I'm going to jump onto next? I have to leave this screen for something else. You know what it is? Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Well, first of all, the big fat cat everybody knows is the banker, is singing a song to all of man, and he's playing his fiddle. The cow, okay, which is the truth of all the black and white, the boat stories, jumped right over the moon. And if you jump over the moon and you don't get tagged up, well, I guess the cow saw everything since he jumped over the moon, and he didn't see anything there. So he kicked back his feet. And then it says the dish. What dish? Is it the government coming in to get our satellite dishes to spy on us? Ran away with the spoon, hook, line, and sinker? A spoon is something you use when you go fishing. Then they have an older version which says, hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a craft, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Did they have that in Beauty and the Beast? No, I'm not sure where they had that, right? The other one I was going to go to is, there's two kinds of hares of rabbits. First there's hare, and then there's H-A-R-E, a hare is a rabbit. But if you take away the H, because sometimes the French say it silently, the hare to a Frenchman would say R. Then you wouldn't know it. They say R. Is it the letter R? Another thing is what I really like is the bear. In fact, I like the bear or the burr. Because the burr can be written as B-U-R. Okay? The burr, something, those pricks that come inside you, although circular on the interior and on the exterior, they still have points. Anyways, we're not getting into that. All we're talking about is B-E-R, like September, October, November, December. B-E-R, the R alone says R. So B-E and the sound of R actually says bear. Have I gone over with you that if you look at your telephone, on the left-hand side, going from the north to the south, the numbers of 147. 1 day of February, 28 days. The 4 months of 30 days. And then the 7 months of 31 days. But I have a calendar over here which tells me that the first day of fall this year, okay, comes on the 22nd, right here. This is the first day of fall, the 22nd. I always thought the seasons end on the 20th and start on the 21st, so I'm going to have to check another calendar and go through that one more time. We did see, I wrote this down a long time ago, the 12th I came, I guess over here it was the 11th, okay? I started at the 11th, but everybody knows, okay, nothing can double until you reach 12, because the reverse of 11 is 11, the reverse of 10 is 01, but it's not 01 because there is no O over here. You don't have O in ones. Only God can be O because he was before. B4. You ever see the B and you actually can sort of draw the 4 inside of the B? How you doing, guys? Hey, look at Sharpie in the back there. Hey, Mr. Tackpans, I see you've been fooling around in the last couple of days. Your material seems to be catching on fire. Taking a quick breather, as we were all confused this year because of the Olympics in 2012 and what's going to happen. Well, you know what? Of course we're jumping all over the place. How can we not? We have not patternized anything at all. Oh, well, for sure we patternized it. But no one's putting everything together. We'll take a storm from the east with something in the west. They've been doing it a little bit, but they haven't putting in the rules. You got to add in the rules of Monopoly into this world. What year is this? What's Monopoly? What's checkers? What's chess? Let's see what we can go on to next. Rubles, hard money. Then I put another word, which is boo. Money is scary. Don't you think? What's scarier, to look at your bank account and see zero? Or a ghost? Like now, outside, in the daylight. Like opening your computer and seeing more of me like a ghost. I'm not here. Nothing exists. I follow the rules. I break few rules. Then we have dough, which is like cash, and it's also a reindeer. We have cold cash. Cash, if you take away the C for creation, we have the ash, which is like a cinder, a burn. Too much, too little. Too much, too little. Oh no, it's boring. Too much, too little, it's boring. Hold on, I'm better than him. Wait, I want to be first. Wait a second, he's sitting in my seat. Wait a second, where's my seat? Where am I? I got a cigarette in this hand. I'm smoking a cigarette in this hand. Rhymes. The word rhyme, R-H, divisional by a Y in the center, if finishing off with M-E-S, or me, right hand. Okay? The cat and the fiddle and the right hand. Okay? When you think about it, the right hand man of the cat and the fiddle. That's for sure. Can we do another one? Or should we go down to cold cash and stash the cash even if it turns to ash and it has no value? The biggest value right now is to know you can build a garden that will bring you in enough vegetables, okay, and meat. You need to guarantee your meat, although we can eliminate meat and chicken, but I think it's pretty much easier to get 10 chickens in your garage than growing 5 pigs in your garage. What do you think? Don't think about growing any pigs in your house, eh? Those pigs will break through everything. Okay, their nose knows more, and we's knows less. So what are we on to? Cold hard cash, the stash, the moustache, the false identity of the jump over the moon. Don't you get it? He tried to go onto the moon. The cow's intention of playing with the fiddle wasn't to come back down again. But he came back down because he couldn't land on the moon. Even though we can say, how now, brown cow, black and white is in the night. Black is a letter count of 29, but white as one is 65. They both equal 1111, but total together equal 94. 94 together are 13. They connect together to the right, to the left of your telephone as the same connection of 7 and 6 would be. They also say eternal. 4 and 9 is eternal. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 36 equals 49 again. 49, okay, take away 10 of who you are, comes to 39, and you end up on boardwalk. Isn't that where we want to be? Where the planks of wood are the other way, so we can cross 11, 11, which means passing over the digital and into the next world without death. Like I've once said before, the only way to get rid of the law of Eve is to break the barrier of the yin and the yang, which means in this world it was made to have so much of the evil and then so much of the good. When good starts to outrank evil and evil starts to become good, God sees. He sees these things. This is a weight. This is almost everything is balanced on weights of what we do in this world. And it works this way because, like I've said so many times, if it was all easy, then we wouldn't be here. This is not the world. Oh no, God, I'm not signing to Santa Claus. No way. I ain't putting up no socks, nowhere, not in that kind of world where I can die 100 times and come back. I won't appreciate it, and especially know every time I come down here that there's another life. Most of the time I wouldn't give a screw. Everybody knows you're not going to hell. But to regenerate the mind in the same authority and to live knowingly, once you've done evil, your next life you might have to just live a life that's so fucking boring that all you want to do is do corrupt things again anyways, whatever that might be. The other thing we were talking is the rabbit, the hare, and the bear, and the Septem bear. You know what I really like is when you get some wood and you work on the wood, you got to plane it down. Plane, drive a plane, things are plain, lane, brain, plane. Things are rough. Dogs bark. The terminology, some people say they rough. Trees have rough bark, wood. Trees into the ground. They sow their way down, doing whatever they have to do to weave their way. What are they doing? Are the clouds listening to us? The cat and the dog, she reigns from above. And it's true. The cats and the dog, they do reign. They might be battling it out, but they're both on the same side. You see, in this world, we all play by the one-eyed jack. We don't need to see and have the other eye. All we need to know is that one eye is good. And that's all we need to know. The only reason man has two eyes is to watch his own back. That's why God figured out he'll duplicate everything and then put a mirror so everybody can see. Am I trying to be funny? Sometimes. Trying to see what's in my book here so I can read you back before we end this. What's happening with my bureau? Here's something I want to show you. What happens by drawing these diagonal lines, okay, they end up creating an X. These are all the parts of the secondary world, but now we have a square within a square. On the outside square, it's the omega square. Okay, we got 4 corners, and in the center 5. But this one is the beta square, it's the inside square, 10, 10, 10, 10. This one goes from 2 to 4. This one goes from 4 to 8. Even though it crosses over the corner of 7, it's going directly over to 8 to 6 to 2. 2, 2, 2, and 2. 3, 2, 2. This is almost like the way the horse would move. Okay? Like, how would a horse move? The horse in chess? Wouldn't he move like the W? He goes up. No. It goes up. And 2 over to the side. It's not a W. That would be the L. The horse creates the L. Almost like the Christmas song. Santa Claus, you came here to have a good time. Here are the laws. Follow them. There's going to be a lot of weird shit down there, like holidays. Like, let's go into life and get a holiday. We were on holiday before we got into life. Now we get into life. When you get older, you get permission. Whoa. But when I was with God in heaven, I didn't need any permission but to do the right thing. And since everything was just about legal, I can only screw myself. And that's why God made no sexes in heaven. He says you're going to fucking screw yourself all you want in heaven. He says it's only going to land on you. A little of rhythm and blues. Anybody say R and H? 2 of them, the only 2, which is right hands. And H and R are the only 2 letters where the A comes before the sound of the letter. But in principle, you never even hear the H. H. What does it tell you, the H? It's like, yeah, get down low. We're going into the low heaven. Is there another part of the earth that splits apart? Are there millions that live in Middle Earth? Is that a true story? But you know what? I don't need anybody else to tell me true, because for me, I can see Middle Earth and I can see how it's working. This planet's under rotation, always under construction, but if you remove the oil from the core of this planet, it will cease to exist. The planet now has to come in for a little spin. You know what I'm saying? The bearings are washed out on one side. Isn't that what you need? A tire rotation for the planet? Isn't that the real truth? If you were writing a book, regardless of how true something can be, you have to write the possibilities, because the possibilities are there. Everybody knows that whatever we need is on our planet. And if it's not, it's any in one of those satellite stations parked out along the lines of the 9 other planets, and now they're including Nibiru or the dwarf star as one of the, let's say, sort of fill-in 10th planets. Maybe its spin takes so long that we don't see it come around. Because the question is like this. The planets go around like this, the sun, and this, the sun, and this, but maybe Nibiru, goes like a U. Like that. And the only time you see it is when it comes up a couple of years and it goes away again. And when it does it, it's almost like changing the oil in your car. It shifts gears to the electronic pull and gives the Earth a little budge. The question is, everybody's saying the Earth can actually go off course, this and that and the other thing, which is like I don't know, putting maybe the North Pole in the middle of New York or something. But you know what? I came up with something else. You know what I can see it doing? Yes, I can see it making a total turnaround and reverse the poles. 100% I can see that. Okay. At the same time, I can also see us pushing back, or pushing us forward in the time of day we are in. If we are 4 o'clock, and if they push us back a day, imagine if they push us back a day. Wouldn't that hurt the strands of the matrix? But if they cannot push us back a day, the only other thing I can see is just a flip of the magnetic coin. Hey guys, the coin has been flipped. The conscience world is coming in. Raphael 7286. I thank you. Is there anything else in here? Anything other than trouble? I know about trouble. He's come by a couple of times. You know what trouble's all about? Trouble is something that gets you in trouble. Anybody can show up, but if it doesn't show up to make trouble, then there's no trouble at all. And that used to be true, but not anymore. Not anymore. He said, she said today. Whatever we can do, look, we caught another 2, we caught another 1. It's like fucking hunting season with the public right now. Hey, yeah, come over here, we're going to get another 3. They're young. Yeah, one of them's got long hair, his pants are long. Yeah, you should see the belt he's wearing. Holy fuck. Where in the world could a kid like that get a belt like that? Come up to the kid, hey kid, where do you get a belt like that? The kid turns around and he says, well, it's better than having a belt in your face. And one wrong word the kid says, and that's it. So the kid should just shut his mouth and shut his mouth and shut his mouth until all of a sudden he's pushed onto the wrong side, and we have created a criminal. But where do you think most criminals start? Where do you actually think they start? They start with the first one who is criminal towards them, and then it expands as they learn. And they get smart and go one way, or they stay stupid and take them to the stupid way. You know what's really funny? If you look behind me, there's yellow, right? Looks like a racing course of some sort, but it's not. See what I'm saying in the background? Okay, we've done enough here. 7286, constellation of Pegasus. Another thing I did want to mention, that 49, okay, is the maximum, okay, that it can go in the first 50 numbers. And the reason for that, okay, is because we have to start at 0, okay, and that would make a total of 50. Since there is no count inside 0 gets 1, the totality becomes the egg. The other thing for that is, I'm trying to not lose myself, but I did lose myself. is that 49 and 49 is 98, 50 and 50 would make 100. Don't forget, 4 balls, 3 strikes, 2 results. 100, a complete result. But what is the difference? One side is 49, the other side is 49, and in between is 2, the 2 world, beta. That's the most you can go. And the all you can play is 6, because that's the most you got on a die, a square. You got 649. Raphael, 72. Wow, I almost said 7486. Oh my God. Oh my God. Something's starting right now. What day is it today? The 19th. 19th. I know it's going to be another silent week. Then we have, don't forget, we have a very, very early, what you call the end of the year vacation, end of the summer vacation. And I just got that sign now, and I've got other signs this week. So I know there's something starting to break up and put back together. The question is, what the hell is it? There's so many things that go on in the world I can never be right by telling you about, and I think, but it doesn't matter. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. As long as I know and I feel, and I do get stronger by my own knowledge, and somewhere in the future I might be able to say this and that. Besides talking about the end of the cycle, besides the elephant that comes in next in the cycle of the last eclipse, and this one is the pig in September. Usually I can run also with the horse, I can run with the elephant, you do whatever you want. But you have to, usually there's many ways to, how do you choose your animal? Well, you got to figure out where did the eclipse come in, and then you have to base it on the stars and the planets, and also understand the astrological configuration at the same time. But I don't do all that. There's a lot of things to do, and if I did all that, okay, I wouldn't be able to go, like I throw myself and open myself real wide, okay? I forget and I spread myself out in time. Things start to come back together, and now I've got holes all over the place to fill in. If I stay in one area, I'll learn it great, learn it great, learn it great. Then I'll find out somewhere in the future that what I learned today is so great in the past has to be changed. So anyways, from now to the past and from now to the future, Raphael 72. 86 in the constellation of Pegasus, and she's my white horse. Oh, I can't wait. Ooh, I salivate, thinking of her. Pegasus picking me up and bringing me to that mountain somewhere. I just want my own mountain. That's all I want is my own mountain. Would I change a lot? Would I change? I won't change. Would things change? Oh my God. It's going to be tough at the beginning, won't it? And then again, 7286.